Manifest Destiny, the movie. What was the Manifest Destiny?
The Manifest Destiny was the dream of taking over all the land in between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, disregarding anyone living there like the Native Americans and Mexicans. To fulfill this dream, Americans started to move west and expand the culture and ideas of America. While the Americans were expanding, many new challenges were formed. One of these challenges was in Texas, where American settlers wanted to make Texans independent and part of the USA, but Mexican government did not let them. This led to the Texas War of Independence, which concluded with Texas being independent and becoming part of America. The Texas War of Independence also developed the American identity by adding Texas as one of the states.
American settlements in Texas.
In August 1821, Mexico won its independence from Spain through the Treaty of Cordoba. The Treaty of Cordoba was signed on August 24, 1821, after Mexico won the Mexican War of Independence. After Mexico won its independence, Mexico made its own constitution in 1824. Many Anglo-Americans who lived in Texas wanted to break away from Mexico because they disagreed with its constitution and the laws it made by Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. They wanted to be more independent. Many Texans started to rebel against the government of Mexico. Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna saw this as a war waiting to happen, so he ordered his troops to go to seize a cannon from a town in Texas. This marked the start of the Texas Revolution. Many American settlers in the Tajinos, Mexicans who called Texas home, were very angered by this news and tried to stop the army from coming to Texas. This led to a huge battle between the Texans and the Mexicans, which officially started the Texas War of Independence.
What was the Texas War of Independence?
The Texas War of Independence, Texas Revolution, was a war between Mexico and Texas. This war started on October 1835 and ended on April 1836. The purpose of the Texas War of Independence was to gain control of the Texas region and make it independent. The Texas War of Independence was also fought to help fulfill the American dream of taking over all land between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans.
What caused the Texas War of Independence?
One thing that caused the Texas War of Independence was American settlers bringing their slaves with them into Texas, while the Mexican government was trying to abolish slave trade. Another thing that caused the Texas War of Independence was American settlers trying to secede Texas from Mexico and make it independent, which led to Mexican government to banning American settlers from immigrating into Texas. The final event that caused the Texas War of Independence was Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna ordering the troops to seize a cannon from a town in Texas. The Texans from that town refused to give up the cannon and built a small militia to stop Mexican troops from entering the town and taking the cannon. This led to the Battle of the Alamo. The Battle of the Alamo was the biggest reason for the Texas War of Independence.
Key people and major events of the Texas War of Independence.
Davy Crockett was one of the many important men who fought in the Texas War of Independence. He was an American frontiersman and a politician who became a legendary figure. Davy Crockett had served as Tennessee legislator for 2 terms before moving west into Texas. In Texas, Crockett joined the American forces in Battle of the Alamo and died with the entire garrison of the Alamo when it was overrun by the Mexican troops. Sam Houston was another important figure in the Texas War of Independence. He led a force of roughly 900 Texans after the Battle of the Alamo and surprised and defeated 1,200 to 1,300 Mexicans under Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna's command at the Battle of San Jacinto. His victory secured Texas independence, and Houston was later elected as president in the newly formed Republic of Texas. As president of the Republic, he helped admit Texas into the United States. Battle of the Alamo was a major event in Texas War of Independence. In the Battle of the Alamo, thousands of Mexican troops ordered by Antonio Lopez seized the Alamo, a town in Texas. The troops were to only take one cannon from the town but ended up killing a lot of outnumbered American settlers in the Alamo, which led to the creation of the phrase, "Remember the Alamo." This battle made the American settlers mad and led to the Battle of San Jacinto, in which the Mexicans and Americans faced off again. But this time, the Americans were better prepared and won the battle.
Effects of the Texas War of Independence.
Texas War of Independence was a very important war in American history and helped fulfill the Manifest Destiny. The Manifest Destiny was the American dream of taking over all the land between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. This dream was fulfilled with the help of the Texas War of Independence and many other events. The Texas War of Independence also had a positive motivational influence on America's economy. This was because Texas was a major trade center which really helped boost the American economy. It was also a large region with lots of land to farm crops, make factories, and make shipping power to help the American economy. In conclusion, the Texas War of Independence was a very important war in America's history and helped fulfill the American dream at that time. At last, it helped shape the American identity.
The end.